How is everyone? I hope you're all well. I received quite a few emails regarding a specific video saying you need to watch this, you need to check it out, have a look at it, see what you think. And I watched it, and I'm now going to watch it with you. This is something I don't usually do. Now, please don't think that I am doing this for any other reason but to, how can I say, a bit of a reaction. And we'll have a discussion in the comments afterwards about the video. You'll see what I mean. It's this one. Feds threw Dylan Mortensen under the bus. Now, there will be a link in the description of this video so you can head over to the channel. You know, at the end of the day, we're using their content. The fair thing to do is to point out that this isn't my content. Definitely not my content. Nothing. This is not my content. It's theirs, so they get all of the credit. All of it. Not me. And you can obviously head over there if you want to go and see the original and share your thoughts. So we get into it. Shall we do that? Let's have a look, shall we?
So, before we dive into what I'm referring to about the Fed screwing or attempting to screw Dylan, and give you a brief background as to who I am.
Now, what I'm going to say is, you've heard his voice. So at this stage, who would you think that this guy is? Now, when I first heard it, I thought, well, obviously, it's Dylan's uncle or possibly grandfather. That was my first thought. So I hadn't looked at, obviously, I got sent the video link. I clicked it in the email, took me straight to the video, straight into the meat and potatoes. And yeah, that's what I thought.
So my girlfriend is in Dylan's inner circle.
His girlfriend is in Dylan's inner circle. His girlfriend, how old's Dylan? 20-ish? Lucky bugger.
And by inner circle, I mean inner circle. Like they've hung out almost every day since the incident occurred.
I wonder if his girlfriend went and got tattoos with Dylan. Was she one of the ones who went and had the tattoos done with her?
And I've seen her a plethora of times as well. So you're going to notice I'm not going to use words like allegedly, supposedly, because all of this is actual first-hand factual information.
You heard that, didn't you? Factual information. Not supposedly, not possibly, not probably. This is first-hand factual information. You heard it here first. Well, not first. Well, you might have heard it here first if you've already seen this video and you're hearing it a second. But this guy, the boyfriend of one of Dylan Mortensen's inner circle. Yes, he's got the scoop. Straight into it.
Where should I start to clear things up? First of all, there's a lot of misconception about Dylan suffering from PTSD or trauma or any of that. None of that is accurate.
She's not got PTSD, apparently.
In fact, when we try to console Dylan after the incident, she's the one that was laughing at me and my girl.
Did you hear? Feds threw Dylan Mortensen under the bus. Her friend's boyfriend does this video and says about her laughing after her friends were murdered. See the irony there?
Girlfriend and I talking about we're so weird when we tried to give her a hug and stuff. So she's still the same old Dylan. She's had a rough life growing up. She's been through a lot. She doesn't have PTSD and didn't suffer any trauma. The incident that night, and what I'm referring to with the feds actually put a lot of words into her mouth that she didn't say herself first. So there was a lot of leading statements that they were insinuating to her. And she was really scared the first few days, obviously, after the incident occurred. So, like, the reason none of it makes sense in the affidavit is because it didn't really happen that way.
So, she was really... Well, obviously, when she's spoken to by law enforcement, they are going to treat her a specific way, isn't she? At the end of the day, she was in this house where this happened, and at that stage, they don't know what happened. All they know is that she was one of potentially 2 witnesses or only people who survived the attack, and there is a possibility that they were involved. But he goes on to say that it didn't play out that way. They put words in her mouth, and we're going to hear more on that. By the end of this video, the whole thing will be cleared up. You'll see. You'll see.
So she never stood there shocked when she saw the individual. She was just standing in her doorway, like anybody who opens the door. It was just, she opened the door and yelled at Ethan and Xana, and who she thought was their friend. She yelled at them to be quiet.
So we heard this, didn't we? We did hear that there was a potential that Dylan had shouted, "Shut the fuck up." But remember that they are now on the same floor. When we very first heard that, we thought that she was actually on the lower floor and was shouting up for them to shut up because she'd heard noises from above. We also have subsequently heard that she'd heard, obviously, talking and thought they were playing with the dog. Shut the fuck up.
That's what was going on with that situation. And she just went back into her room. She locked the door like usual. And, went to sleep. Everything was quiet after she yelled at them. So she didn't think anything of it. For everyone who's creating these random stories about her being shocked or traumatized,
I will just leap in here, because what I am thinking, and what you guys and some of you may be thinking, if she did indeed hear these noises and she shouted, shut up, whatever, then we do know that whoever did this, and we're saying like Brian, whatever, he would have known that she was there and that she heard. She is a witness then. So why would the person in the house then not try and get to her? Why would they, they've already done this heinous act. Would they truly then risk leaving someone in the house? Let me know what you think.
Traumatized. She didn't realize anything was going on. And might sound crazy, might sound dumb, but she really had no clue anything was going on. They were being a little loud, so she yelled at them to be quiet. And that's it. She locked her door. And
now, I can buy this. I can buy the fact that, look, maybe she didn't understand what was going on. She didn't know. And that confusion, perhaps what this person is referencing is that seeing someone being in frozen shock phase, and that's why she didn't call 911, when in fact it does actually make more sense that she just simply didn't know what was going on. She'd heard noises. She thought it was the housemates with this person who was there. She's shouted, "Shut up," gone in a room. She's heard more noise. She's perhaps seen this person walking out and didn't think any more of it. That is something that is possible. It is possible. It is. Now, I will say at this stage, I do not believe that this person is who he says he is, and I apologise if he is. I don't think he is. But some of the things that he says can make sense. Not all of it, as you'll see. And there is a huge mistake later on. And if he is who he says he is, then he may have just dropped someone in it. But you'll have to wait, sadly, to the end-ish to hear that. We'll get there.
She just went back to her room. And she didn't want to be nosy or anything. So, she was kind of new to that house, so she didn't want to be nosy and, get up.
She didn't want to be nosy. She was new to the house, but she was happy with saying, "Shut the fuck up."
All up in their business, especially at, in the middle of the night or early morning. So it's as simple as that. Everyone trying to blow that whole situation into something that's not. So yeah, that's that. And she didn't actually get a real good look at Brian. At the time, she assumed it was one of Xana and Ethan's friend who was just getting ready to leave.
So let's just think about the mechanics of the rooms here. So remember in that video I showed you yesterday where you've got the plan, you've got obviously Dylan's room at the base of the stairs, you then go through the lounge, round the bathroom, and into the other bedroom. So the person who is leaving, they are walking back this way, and then they swing round and head out towards the kitchen, through the sliding door. So you do think to yourself, if Dylan has not come completely out of her room, what would she indeed see from the doorway? If you think you're opening the door and you just look round, unless that person is walking straight towards you, then you're not going to see them. This bushy eyebrow situation is not going to be a thing. And you have to look and truly decide if she would have seen that. Is that even possible with that motion to see that? Or is she seeing them from the back? Is she seeing them from the side? And he goes on in a second, and I can see this. Again, this is something that I could see happening.
Walking out, she didn't get that good of a look. The feds were really aggressive with Dylan the first few days, which is why she hired the attorney to begin with, because of the treatment of her during the interview. More like an interrogation, to be honest.
And again, let's just cut in again. I do apologise. I saw a lot of the comments in this video, and look, at the end of the day, they are going to treat it like that. They are going to treat it like that. But again, there's something that is hugely missing here. There's a big thing missing, and I don't know whether you guys have picked up on it at this stage, but we will come back to it because it is important. And this person, whoever they are, also doesn't mention it. And if this person is who he says he is, like I say, he's just thrown somebody else completely under the bus. There's a huge now question mark over another element in this case.
So that's why she got an attorney, because the way they were talking to her, and they didn't really understand or believe why she's the only one alive when you kind of skip rooms to get to the other two rooms.
Did you catch it? That she is the only one alive. So let's take a moment and think, look, And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it there. If you want to hear the rest of that, then please go and look at it. Go and watch it yourself. Like I say, the link is in description, but I don't want this video to be 45 minutes long of listening to this guy. You can make your decisions on who you think he is, what he is, but you have to consider why this person is claiming who they are. Potentially they're a lunatic, but they go on to say that she was the only person alive. And in the lead up to that statement, he doesn't talk about Bethany at all. There is no mention whatsoever of Bethany and her being there and how she was treated. And there's no, she was being treated different than the other survivor. He has literally made this completely about Dylan, and Bethany has not been mentioned at all. And he has gone on to say that she was the only survivor in that house. And we've asked before, haven't we? We haven't heard anything about Bethany. Haven't heard anything at all. Nothing. And the question has been raised, was she even in the house that night? Was she somewhere else? You tell me, who is this person? Are they a lunatic? And have I just wasted 16 minutes of your time? If so, I do apologise. It's my birthday soon. I'm getting old. 43. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.